Hey everybody, what's up? Well, we are currently in just north of Washington D.C. and we're kind of on the second half of our trip cross country. We just left this morning New York City, spent about 2.5 days there, but I haven't been in a situation to where I could upload my videos because RV parks are notoriously awful with their Wi-Fi services, and quite frankly I just don't have the time to go someplace to upload videos or work on videos while I'm traveling, because the whole idea is that we're here to enjoy the trip and sightsee and explore these cities while we're traveling, and I don't want to spend hours working on videos while I'm doing it. So when the weather's bad outside like it is today and we're kind of stuck in the camper because we don't want to be outside, then I have the time to work on videos, which is why. And the plus is the RV park here in Washington D.C. or north of Washington D.C. has awesome Wi-Fi services, and I'm going to be able to upload the video tonight so you guys be able to see it. But the first part of the trip really that I'm going to upload today is just our drive from California to right before Toronto. We arrive in Toronto, so it really isn't a lot of content. It's just us doing the drive and spending a couple of days in Utah and a couple of days in Michigan, in Holland, Michigan. And I have a lot of video to go through from Toronto, and then of course the New England states where we spent almost over a week, or close to a week, 6 days, and then New York City, and then of course Washington D.C. So we are on our trip down south and on the second half of it now, so I know a lot of time has passed. It's been about just slightly over 3 weeks that we've been doing this. In the videos, I do talk a lot about the weather, and that is because living in such a small camper like this, we rely a lot on being outside, and pretty much staying inside the camper is what we do when we sleep or get out of the weather. So I do talk a lot about how the weather's doing outside. But as we were traveling through the really cold temperatures, the low 20s and the upper teens, this camper did excellent, really kept us nice and warm. The heater in this camper is really great with the circulating heat underneath the bed, kept us really nice and comfortable at nighttime. So this camper on a whole has been really working well for us. So I am going to try and work on the videos and get them going, but at first, this is our trip from California to Holland, Michigan.
Hey, what's going on everybody? As you can see, Jeff and I are currently traveling cross country. We are here in Kearney, Nebraska, spending the night, and we are getting tore up by these no-see-ums. I haven't seen bugs like this since Florida summertime, but for some reason there's a whole lot of it here. Anyway, we had a last minute change of plans. Initially, I was supposed to fly out on October 13th to fly home. And then today was the day that Jeff, Ajax, and Zoe was supposed to fly out to California. And this coming Thursday was going to be our first day of our travels across country. But instead, the following Friday, Jeff rented a car with Ajax and Zoe, drove cross country, and arrived in Manteca, California on Sunday. We returned the rent-a-car on Monday, and I put my last 3 days in at work at the hospital I was working at. Friday, we hit the road fresh. Hey, good morning from French Camp RV Park here in Manteca, California. It's Friday, October 13th, and if you remember from my previous videos, last year at this exact date, we left Seattle, Washington for our drive back home to Florida. And so it is this year. We're leaving again on October 13th for our drive back to Florida. This time, if you all seen the map, we are taking about 6 to probably 8 weeks to drive back to Florida. And this time we're taking the northern route. But we have been working hard this morning trying to get the camper, the tab camper, all ready to go. We are just finalizing now, pretty much just wrapping things up. I have a lot of stuff. I mean, we have a lot of stuff for this little tiny camper. And the dogs here have Zoe and Ajax has been hanging out with us too. They know something's up, and I can tell that they're pretty excited. Our first night we stayed at an RV park in Winnemucca, Nevada. We just spent one night there. Nice, cold. It was actually a cold night, very windy. Hey everyone, welcome to Winnemucca, Nevada. It is very cold and windy this evening. We just arrived a couple of hours ago. It took us about, I don't know, 6 hours, 6.5 hours, 7 hours to get here. Not a bad trip at all. This is a really nice RV park. It is the New Frontiers RV Park in Winnemucca. And it's really nice. It's fairly new, really big open lots, as you can see. Anyway, we are settling in for the evening. The dogs have gone for a walk. We've ran them around the dog area so that they can release some of that energy spent inside of the truck. And I think we're just going to call it a night and get up early tomorrow morning and head towards Utah. We're going to be staying at a state park in Utah called Jundonell State Park, which is just east over the mountains from Salt Lake City. Hey everyone, what's going on? Well, Jeff and I and Ajax and Zoe, we just arrived here at Jundonell State Park, not far from Park City, Utah, and Heber City, Utah to the south of us. And we set up camp right up there. It's a nice little RV park camping area right up on the hill there, overlooking this awesome looking reservoir. So anyway, we got settled in right up there, and I drove out and went out and got some firewood for tonight. It's going to be the perfect weather for some firewood. They're expecting temperatures down into the lower 20s, upper teens, around 19, 20 degrees tonight. And to us Florida boys, that is cold. But we're really going to enjoy this spot. We're going to be here for 2 days. There, the weather was great, really nice weather in the 60s, the high temperatures in the 60s, and the lows, unfortunately, were in the low 20s, upper teens. And the day we left, the temperatures actually dropped as low as 15 degrees while we were driving to Wyoming. Ooh. But anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update and let you know that we have started our trip. But right now, all we're doing is just kind of taking our time, beelining across the country. We're not really spending significant time in any one area, except for like the Jundonell State Park and of course Holland, Michigan. We'll be spending a couple of days there. But our big days are going to be in Toronto, Canada, and the New England states.
Hey Zoe, what you doing, huh? You enjoying your stay here, little pumpkin? What about you, Ajax? How you doing, Ajax? Huh? Ajax, what you doing, huh? You enjoying your time here? Yeah. Hey everyone, what's going on? Well, here we are at Holland, Michigan at the state park here not far from Ottawa Beach. And this is our campsite here. It's pretty nice. Look here, it is a state park. We had walked to the beach and back again with the dog, spent a couple of hours doing it, and now we're gonna go head to a cute little town down south called Sagatuck. We heard it's really nice to walk around and kind of do some shopping maybe, I don't know, and probably have some lunch there. But we're gonna head out again and do the walk this evening before the sun goes down back to the beach, and I'll take this camera with me. But right now we're really enjoying our stay here. The weather is absolutely gorgeous. We're talking about low 70 degree temperatures, and the wind, the breeze is gorgeous. As you can see, it's just an absolutely gorgeous day out.
We really enjoyed our stay here at the Holland State Park. On our walk towards the beach, there were some really nice areas that had some stores that are closed during the winter time.
So I guess one of the downsides about coming this time of the year is that a lot of the stores and shops are starting to shut down for the winter time. And I guess this is
typical. Jeff and I are not used to that. Yeah, being from Florida, we are not used to stores closing, and that was a big change for us. But in any way, our walk towards the beach was great. The dogs really enjoyed it. It kind of reminded us of how Florida is with the inlet and the Bay Area, and then of course Lake Michigan kind of looks like it would be the ocean. So it was a familiar surroundings. People fishing along the seawall is very familiar to us in Florida, so we really enjoyed it. So travel nursing has really enriched Jeff and I's life and our experiences. It has allowed us to see parts of the country we would have never otherwise seen had we not been traveling through them. For instance, like Holland State Park or Jordanelle State Park. So travel nursing has benefited us in a lot of different ways. So from here, Jeff and I will be headed to Toronto, Canada, where we'll be spending 4 days there visiting and touring the city. And then from there, we're off to the New England states.